So my name is Jeanette DePatty, and today I'm going to share with you the 5, well, they used to be secret, they won't be secret after today, weapons that I use to raise millions of dollars from investors. First, I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about my story, okay? So, I have a degree in opera performance. I love opera. Opera is great. There's just one problem about opera performance as a career. She is a pretty substantial figure. To get a figure like that, you need to eat every day. Opera does not pay enough to allow you to do that. So I thought, well, I really need to come up with another plan. Luckily, before I got too far, before I graduated from college, I met 3 guys named Brian. I'm not kidding you. They are 3 software engineers that were all working together on a company and a product. And these guys are brilliant in a lot of ways. They're very smart programmers, they're very good at finding business opportunities, and they were also smart enough to know that they're not great at everything. So they called me in to be their tech-splainer, right? And since I was dealing with 3 Brians and 3 personalities, I started my work as a propeller head whisperer at that point. And as I mentioned, I raised over $1 million. After I raised that money, here are some of the partners that I worked with. Some of the ones were mentioned in the introduction. Thank you very much for that introduction. That led to my more important partnership, which was I married one of the Bryans. So this is my most important and successful corporate merger. This has been going on for over 20 years. And since then, a lot of really cool things have happened to me. I'm on the Producers Guild, I'm on the National Board, I've been on national television, and I speak all around the world about technology and entrepreneurship. So that all sounds great, but you're wondering, how did I get there? Like, how did that first $1 million happen? And what I'm going to tell you is, first of all, before the magic happened, before the money got raised, I had the 3 prerequisite big B's. I had a group with a good business idea, right? Because we've got this caveman here who's invented the wheel. And he's moaning that he isn't really attracting a lot of venture capital. Well, I think we know what the problem is here, right? The business idea is not good. So we had a good business idea. That was a great place to start. And you need a good business plan. Now this is from South Park. This is the Underpants Gnomes business plan. Collect underpants, something happens in the middle, and then profit. Okay? This is not an example of a good business plan. This one needs a little fleshing out, as we say in the business.
Oh, no.
But we had a good business plan, and I have to tell you that we did not get our big fancy meeting on the first draft of the business plan, but on the 26th draft of the business plan. So you got to put that time in, right? And of course, the third B is a buttload of enthusiasm and excitement. And we were young, we thought we were going to take over the world, so we had that. We had a lot of that, right? But the moment came. We had our big business plan, we had our big business idea, and we finally got the big meeting with the fat cats. Literally. These guys were Pulitzer Publishing and Pulitzer Broadcasting. Literally, cigar-smoking executives that had their cute secretaries print their emails for them on paper every morning because they couldn't figure out how to do email, right? So these were the guys. And they just wanted to know one thing. This is an example of what they wanted to know.
What is it? It's a rent in the space-time continuum. What is it? The space string freezes time, it makes time stand still. So whenever you have a leak, it must preserve whatever it's leaked into, and it's leaked into this room. What is it? It's singularity, a point in the universe where the normal laws of space and time don't apply. What is it? Oh, magic doll. Well, why didn't you say?
Okay, So we had our fat cats, and that was their level, a magic door. Why didn't you say? And we were selling an MPEG compression software package. Now I'm going to bring in my buddy here. This is Bob. And Bob here is going to do a recreation of that initial technical demonstration. Here we go.
MPEG stands for Moving Picture Experts Group, which is a subset of the International Standards Organization, or ISO. The term also refers to a form of digital video compression, which uses the discrete cosine transform, or DCT, to compare one block of 8 by 8 pixels to another block of 8 by 8 pixels in the following frame, removing the redundancies. This is a lossy form of compression. However, the diminishment of data is generally considered imperceptible due to the psychovisual model of human perception.
Bob, you're killing us.
What? What's the matter? This is fascinating stuff. It has them rolling in the aisles at the IEEE meetings.
It's boring, Bob. It's really, really boring. I mean, look at your audience here. Look at. Are they ready to invest, Bob? Do you think they're ready to invest?
Okay, fine, Miss Smarty Pants. How would you do it?
Well, I certainly wouldn't do it that way. I would do it a little differently.
Yeah, but I like my way better.
Well, of course you like your way better, Bob, but do you want to get an investor? Do you want to get promoted? Bob, do you want a date? Maybe it's a little different now.
Well, I would like a promotion, and yes, I'd like to get my company funded, and as a matter of fact, I would like a date.
All right, Bob, we're going to have you sit aside, and I'm going to show you how it's done, okay? All right. So at this point, I am going to show you the literal, at this point we had an emergency. We had our fat cats, they were in the room. I was watching the money get ready to walk out the door. Literally, the money was walking out the door. So at this point, we decided, you know what? We need our secret weapons. This is the point where we can't wait anymore. This is serious. This is big deal. So I'm going to reveal to you right now the physical weapons that I used to raise this money. It's pretty exciting, I know, but, you know, I'm going to do it for you. This is the moment. There are 5 tools. There's 3 groups. This is group number 1. A stack of 200 city rounds. All right. This is the grouping. Tool number 2. Are you ready? What do you think is under there? A piece of PVC pipe, a plastic bottle, and a straw. This is it. It's the final tool. All These are the tools right here that I use to raise $1 million. This is it. This is all it Okay. So we're done, right? I showed you the tools? No? You want a little explanation? All right. Well, I'm going to help you out by telling you some figurative tools that map to these physical tools. And I'm going to use this acronym here to help us remember, TAPAS. We're going to tangibilize. These are my words because I made them up. Acronymize, prioritize, personalizing, analogize, and sexercise. These are the 5 tools that we're going to use. All right.
What the heck is tapas?
You know tapas? Tiny food from Spain.
Tapas, that is our That is our acronym for those of you who are fans of the IT crowd. First, we're going to tangibilize it, right? When you have something esoteric and intangible, the first thing you need to do is make it concrete. So I told them, here's the thing about MPEG compression, right? This is a form of video compression that allows you to make video files a lot smaller. It compresses 200 to 1. So this CD-ROM here, this was a while ago, this CD-ROM here can only hold about 30 seconds of video. That's not very practical or cost effective. But with MPEG, you can get 200 times as much data on this disk. So you can get all of these disks stuffed on one disk. Right? So think about your business, think about your company, think about your product, think about your fundraiser, think about your not-for-profit. How can you make it tangible? Something that people can feel and sense and touch. Okay, we acronymized it. I use this all the time. Here is a super secret bonus tip. If you use an acronym, it helps your audience remember. Who else does it help remember? You! Acronyms are a beautiful thing. You can go online, there are tools to help you build acronyms out of anything. And this will help your audience bring something home.
Oh yes, tapas.
No, not
Yeah, that's what I said.
Tapas, right?
Yes, it is.
You're a tape ass.
Okay. So the point is, we're going to do little things throughout the presentation to also help people remember your acronym. This is an important tool. All right. Little thing. Okay. The third, the P in tapas, is that you have to prioritize personalizing it. Now we talk a lot about don't sell the steak, sell the sizzle, right? Don't sell the thing, sell the benefit of the thing. I'm telling you that does not go far enough. Don't sell the thing, sell the benefit of the thing that your audience cares about. Now this MPEG compression stuff, right? It can be used for a lot of different things like training and aerospace and amusement parks. But Pulitzer Publishing and Pulitzer Broadcasting didn't do any of that stuff. What did they do? They published stuff like papers and discs. And they put a satellite in the sky. So this right here is my secret weapon, where I told them, you know, one of the reasons you need MPEG compression is that you need to get the best return on investment possible from your platform. You know when you put a bird in the sky? Not this kind of bird. I'm talking about a satellite. I said, how much does that cost? And they said, about $1 billion. I said, well, without video compression, you can get 3 channels off that satellite. What do you think? And they're like, that's terrible. I said, well, with MPEG compression, you can get 200 or 300 channels in that same space. Now they're paying attention. Because it's not just a benefit, it's a benefit that works directly for them. So think about your audience and think about how to personalize what you're talking about to their specific needs. All right. The next A, the second A, is analogize. This means tell me what it's like. Take something out of a world I completely don't understand and make it fit in a world I do understand. So I said to them, you know this uncompressed video here? It doesn't fit very well over transmission lines. You know, like your internet line at home. There's a problem there. You've got a really big fat pipe of data and a tiny little pipe that needs to stream through. Luckily, we have MPEG, because look at what that does. See? It takes that big, big fat data, it compresses it way down, and it puts it in this little straw. Okay, now I've taken something that's very difficult for them to understand, and I've put it in a world that they can touch and they can see. So think about your business, think about your product, think about your not-for-profit, how can you take something that is outside of their world and talk about something that is in the world that they know and that they can understand. Okay, so we've moved across T, A, P, A. What letters left?
Yes.
S. We're going to sex it up. All right? We're going to sexercise it because you need to have a little pizzazz. You need to have a little zap. You have to wake them up. Okay? You're going to do this in a couple of ways. One thing you're going to do is simplify. Don't make the dog sit up and beg. That dog says, let's just skip the bowl and put the food right in my mouth. That's what you do for the executives. You skip the bowl. Put that information right into their head, right into their mouth, in words that they can use so they can sell you to somebody else. This is a really important thing. S is also for shorten. That cat is saying, now please go on. I find your tale absolutely enthralling. Right, remember Bob? Bob didn't know how to shorten, and that was a big problem for Bob. But you can shorten, you know how to shorten. You know how to take that stuff, boil it down, get to the point. These guys are busy. And you also need your sixth sense, which is your sense of humor. It was a silly, silly joke for me to have an inflatable duck to talk about satellites, but this was like the 5th meeting they had in that afternoon, and they were ready for any kind of levity. The important thing, too, about using your sense of humor is it indicates to a potential investor that you don't take yourself too seriously. They can work with you, they can mold you, they can make you better. The other thing about sexing it up and making it shorter and simpler and with a sense of humor is that you allow the audience to feel smart. A lot of times when you're working with technical products and you're working with engineers like Bob here, poor Bob, he's maligned tonight, but Bob presented his information because he wanted you to think he was smart. But if you want people to invest in you, if you want people to sign the check, to make that recommendation, to give you the promotion, to give you the date, make them feel smart. Okay, so this is our acronym, TAPAS. You're killing me. This is an example of a joke that is just not gonna fly.
Tapas, I don't know.
TAPAS.
Yes, it was. Why not?
Okay. TAPAS is the acronym that can help you remember. Who remembers the first T? What is it? Tangibilize. A. Acronymize. P. Prioritize personalization. Okay, second A.
Analogize.
Analogize. S.
Sexercise.
Sexercise. Sex it up. Now here's the thing. You allow your audience to feel smart, and then they give you money, and they give you promotions, and they give you a date. And I'm asking you, who's the smart one then? You are. No, just mess it up.